What is Vera?
I think Vera is rigorous.
I think Vera is an innovation shop.
The way I describe Vera is a criminal justice think and do tank.
Everything we do is about the delivery of fairer and more efficient justice.
Vera is a research and policy institute.
It's a place where you can give vulnerable people opportunities.
We do a lot of action research, but we also run programs. And we provide consulting and technical assistance locally, statewide, nationally, and internationally. That's the relatively short answer.
I'm Linda Gibbs, the Deputy Mayor in New York City for Health and Human Services. I think that Vera is really singular in their capacity to help bring to government a partnership that combines research paired with the ability to put ideas into place. And they always do it with an incredible respect for the government partners that they're working with, so that it's a relationship that I know I can always trust.
Racial profiling is a hot issue for police officers, but the prosecutor has the most decision-making power and the least amount of oversight. What makes this program unique is, for the first time, you have got prosecutors who have said, come on in and see how we do business. This is not going into an office and say, we're identifying your racist practices. Absolutely not. It's about giving the prosecutors a tool. Prosecutor A says, I know that when I evaluate a case, I don't consider race. But other than blind faith, how do you know that you're doing what you say? At Vera, we're going to design reports. The managers can then look at these reports over time and see the different trends that are evolving. If this project is even just a first step, then I will have accomplished more in my 3 or 4 years at Vera than I did within 15 years as a prosecutor. Well, that's why I'm here.
We work with Vera on some of the most controversial of topics, like our clinical trials work. Digging into that issue is extraordinarily sensitive, and Vera is the perfect partner to help us. They're a partnership that is one where you know that they're going to tell you exactly what the issues are and help you to identify the steps to take.
In 2004, there were concerns raised by a number of advocates about how foster children were treated in HIV/AIDS clinical trials. Were they properly enrolled? Were the trials necessary? Were they properly monitored? So the child welfare system came to Vera to find out what happened. This is a very sensitive issue. We're talking about families that were involved in the foster care system. We're talking about people who have HIV. A number of the kids, they died while they were in foster care. The parents pass away. These are about as sensitive issues as you can imagine. Because Vera has been working with New York City's child welfare system for over 20 years, we were the only place that could have done this. We reviewed millions of pieces of paper, reviewed boxes and boxes of policy materials. We don't want to write a report that sits on a shelf. We want to write a report that has concrete recommendations for what government can do to make future policy better for children and families.
Because of the quality of the work that they've done in New York City and the reputation that they've gained for this work, Vera has been successful in going beyond the boundaries of New York City to incredibly challenging situations like rebuilding New Orleans.
New Orleans' criminal justice system has had a lot of problems for a long time, since well before Hurricane Katrina. But after the hurricane, people really saw an opportunity to not just rebuild the same problematic system that they had before, but to rebuild a better system. And so the city council invited Vera to come and identify specific opportunities for reform. We have an understanding from our work in New York and outside of New York of what it takes to really implement a new practice on the ground, and all of the logistical and financial and political pressures that the players in New Orleans are facing. The retreat was a really incredible, inspiring experience. To see everybody come together at the end and stand up and sign the statement of commitment was really rewarding. Now, we still have a lot of hard work to do. We're now in the period of implementing the specific reforms that the criminal justice leaders agreed to. It's not easy. They're facing a lot of obstacles, but we're making good progress.
Vera is an explorer, a founder, a settler. Vera is a questioner, a little bit of a librarian. And what I always have trusted them to do is to help me think through new and innovative and sometimes very risk-taking approaches in order to get better outcomes for the children and families that we serve.